I hadn't intended to speak on this bill, and I firstly endorse the comments made by the Honourable David Clark, and I don't intend to repeat those comments in relation to specific provisions of the bill. However, having heard a number of the last speakers, I must say I'm a little bit astonished. You see, what we're dealing here with, Madam President, is this. We're not dealing with, young people, or adults for that matter, going up to a wall provided legally by the owner with his consent to paint what would have been art, a beautiful mural. That's not what we're dealing with. What we're dealing with here are situations where young persons, and in many circumstances adults, illegally to just vandalise a person's property. That's what it is, pure and simple. Where it's that person's property where time and time again the owners of those properties are forced to have to repaint, repair the damage that's done. That's really what we're dealing with. And, with all due respect to some of the members of this House, I, for one, who've had to do that on numerous occasions in relation to various offices I've had over the years, where I've continually had to spend time or money or put in insurance claims, which again has cost time and money, over and over again. No, I'm sorry, it is not art. It is not, when someone just comes up and completely graffitis your wall, where you're forced to repair it, reinstate it, without your permission, without your consent, it is not art.
Such as
it is vandalism. That's what it is. And then you look around. I mean, I'm fortunate being the provincial for the area of the St George Illawarra. Yes, I spend considerable time in Rockdale, Cogra, Hurstville. I go down to the south, whether it be Miranda, Heathcote, all the way to Wollongong, all the way to down. And it's the same complaint that is raised over and over again. When will you do something about this graffiti problem? When will you finally do something? Now the government is attempting to do something. I would have preferred, in fact, if they did something a little bit earlier and not leave it this late. But when they do finally do it, we've got some members of this House who want to get up and say, but they're just kids. They're just kids. Boys will be boys. It's okay. It's all right. Let's simply allow them to damage hundreds of millions of dollars of our residents' properties. Hundreds of millions of dollars. So what do? I note the comments of the Honourable Ian Cohen, where he says throw him in jail. But what you do is you do the exact opposite. You send out an invitation to them. You tell them, you send them a message, it's all okay. Your kids. I used to do it when I was a young boy. It was okay for me as a young boy to do it. It's okay for you to do it. What a wonderful precedent. What a wonderful example to set our kids. It's okay. I used to shoplift. It's okay, son. Go out and shoplift. I used to damage motor vehicles. It's okay, son. Go out and damage motor vehicles. I used to, deface cars because it was fun. I was frustrated. I didn't know what I did. I scratched it. So what? Someone spent hundreds of thousands of dollars repairing it. It's okay. That's not a message I want to send my kids. It's not a message I send my 6 daughters. The message I send my 6 daughters is it's against the law. It is wrong. It is immoral. You should not do it. It is not something we want in this state. I'm sorry, Ian, that's the way I feel about it. It's not a message I want to send my children. It really isn't. We need to be sending a message. We need to be sending a message that this is not creative, this is not boys being boys, this is not the way we want to live our lives in this society, and this is not how we want to raise our young children. Right? It's too important. They need to. Yes, they need to be penalised if they keep doing it over and over again. If they're not going to get the message. And if that's the only option, yes, jail. Yes, jail. If that's what is needed to send a message, yes, jail. You would rather send a message that every single teenager should have a spray can and just go for it all over the place. No. I'm sorry. Yes, that's exactly what you're saying. That is the message you're sending to our young. So I am pleased that the opposition, as my good friend and colleague, the Honourable David Clark has said, is supporting this bill. It is the right thing to support the bill, and that's what we should be doing.